it's 101 R Smith, also known as Reggie Smith, and today I'm going to bring you my review of the ReBorn's 1/100 Jagd Doga. The assembly of the Jagd Doga is pretty much a bona fide 1/100 high grade. While it has a few new tricks, it has a lot more surface detail, but the assembly itself is very reminiscent of a high grade. You're going to be slapping 2 or 3 big pieces together and it'll make up the leg or the forearm. It's very straightforward and not a lot of work needs to go into it. You will need to clean up a few bad nubs on the green marking because it just stains a bit better if you cut too close to it. Otherwise, the building process shouldn't take no more than maybe 3 to 4 hours maximum. The appearance of the Jagd Doga is very accurate to how it's presented in the anime. Very bright yellow with green, and it does have a very prominent mono eye. It would have been really cool if it came with an LED unit, since it's very similar to the Zazabi Verka, but unfortunately it wasn't included. Also, you're going to have to be using stickers for those eye symbols on top of its crown. You could try to paint it, but it might be a bit more complicated than you might want. It looks really good, however, some of the more minor details are missing, such as the gray inner frame-like pieces on the shield. On the box art, it's supposed to be somewhat reminiscent of an inner frame you slap together, put it on the shield, and then there you go. However, that color application is missing, and it's probably one of the more prominent colors that are missing. You're going to really need to be doing a lot of detail work if you want to bring it up to snuff with a master grade. While it does have a lot of line work that you can ink out together, it could benefit a lot more if you put more effort into painting and detailing it up. And I really do feel like this is an empty canvas for a ton of customization that can come for builders, not only now but in the near future. But as it stands, it's a decent looking representation of the Jagd Doga. While the building process and the overall look of the Jagd Doga can be somewhere between average and passable, the articulation is definitely where this guy falls down. You're going to get some of your basic single jointed knees, your single jointed elbows. You're not going to get a lot of wrist articulation, those are just ball joints, and the waist is hit or miss. It's just, this guy is too hollow. There should have been more inner frame put together on this model kit, even if it's just simply for support. I'm sorry, but his limbs, especially on the legs, they are just too damn big in order for it to stand properly. It can be very frustrating to pose and to get to decent action poses. Even just holding up his gun, you're going to have to cheat a little bit with the wrist because it can't quite hold it out to full extension due to how it pegs into the wrist. The guns look alright, but it's a mess. It's really just too big on its own. And Bandai, even though this is a ReBorn's kit and you're not expecting a lot of inner frame, they really should have been more thoughtful about how to form this thing. They should have given it more stability so you could have gotten more extravagant action poses. For that, you're going to have to go get an action base, just get a little more oomph, and even then you're still somewhat limited because it's just so heavy. And it's sad because this is actually a decent looking kit, and you can, if you wanted to pose it next to the new gun and be charged in a battle, that would have been a cool idea, but the execution just doesn't work. A lot of thought should have been put together with inner frame and stability, but alas, that is the drawback of using mostly Polycaps to hold your kits together on such a scale, and that is where the Jagd Doga suffers the most in this review. Moving on to the accessories, and again, it's average. So you get the cool beam sabers, and thankfully, unlike with Char and Full Frontal, they actually come in yellow this time. So you can give it to the Jagd Doga, but if you have the one extra spare, you can always give it to the Sinanji or the Sazabi. So that's a cool addition. Thank you, Bandai. Now with the gun, it looks alright. It's mainly just 4 pieces slapped together, but you get that one gaudy sticker that you gotta put on one of the scopes, and it just looks terrible. This is definitely a piece you're gonna want to paint, or just not use the sticker at all. The sticker just looks terrible, especially since it's a circular surface instead of a flat one. And overall, the best part of the accessories are the fin funnels. Fin funnels are missing somewhat of detail, but otherwise they look good. And the cool thing about the Jagd Doga is it comes with a backpack connection that you can put and use these long strings that you can put to the back of the funnels and then pose them together to make it look like it's spreading out. The fin funnels are definitely I would have to say are the best accessories to come with the Jagd Doga. Very minimal building, but it looks really good, and you do get a ton of options. And for the fin funnels alone, I would definitely go for this kit.
My final thoughts on the Jagd Doga is that I wouldn't say it's a hard go, but if you are a Char's counterattack fan, I would go get this kit. This is probably the best looking Jagd Doga out there in 1/100th scale. However, I find that a lot of the design flaws keep me a bit more hesitant about telling you guys to go pick this up. And it's sad because it had a master grade that it could have branched off from. There's a master grade Jagd Doga, which was the predecessor of this kit. Why couldn't Bandai use the Jagd Doga inner frame and just build the Jagd Doga out of it with some added improvements? It would have helped out a ton with all of the stability issues with this kit, but imposing a little bit better and added more detail to the kit that it really needed. Overall, I would say this kit's best purpose is customization. I believe the Jagd Doga to be an open canvas for customization when it comes to painting, accessories, modding. This will open the floodgates, and I feel as a customization practice kit, possibilities are endless here. If you just want it for the Jagd Doga, you just want to do a straight build, it's serviceable, it gets the job done, it's not very flashy, and I can't really emphasize the need to get it, especially with the price point too. You're going to be paying somewhere around the $50 mark for this as well. If you really want this kit, I say wait until you can get it on a deal or a discounted price. And again, the best part of this kit is just the openness to customization that it offers. But on its own, it's alright. But get it if you're a big Char's counterattack fan. This is One-on-One Smith, and I will see you later. Peace.